here's Jeff.
Good afternoon or good evening to everyone, depending on where you are in the United States or in the world. Maybe we have some people joining us around the world. I hope some of you have completed some swims for this year's virtual national championships. I actually swam 2 races yesterday, and I've yet to put them online, so I'm going to do that soon. And it was a weird feeling. No one was swimming next to me, but the butterflies in my stomach kind of still came back, so that was a nice feeling after so many months away from racing. So without further ado, let's get this party started. I'm going to introduce our special guest. And first up is Josh Davis. He is a former American record holder in the 200-meter freestyle and a 2-time Olympian. Josh has been at the top of the podium at several competitions, including the NCAA Championships, World Championships, and the Olympic Games. He's been involved with Masters for a few years now and has set, unlucky maybe, number 13 national Masters records. I'm sure he's looking to make that 14 soon. 6 of those records are still in his name, so that's a pretty big deal. So welcome, Josh.
Thank you, Jeff. And you forgot to mention I was roommates of the great Jeff Commings in college.
Yes, we were roommates.
Yeah,
Josh and I go back even further than that. We were on the national junior team together when we were 15, 16 years old. So
that's right.
Josh and I have been good friends for quite a long time. So it's great to be in part of this with you.
Thank you.
All right, so next up is Elizabeth Beisel. She is a 3-time Olympian for Team USA, and she swam in the final of the 400 individual medley at the 2008, 2012, and 2016 Olympic Games. And she has 2 Olympic medals. One of them was a silver in the 400 IM from 2012, and then a bronze in the 200 back from London as well. And now as a retired athlete, she continues to be a voice for the sport in various capacities and is also a published author, having written her memoirs earlier this year. So welcome, Elizabeth. It's great to have you here as well.
So awesome to be here, guys. Jeff, thank you for hosting. You're amazing as always. And hello to Josh and Ashley and everybody from around the country who's here with us tonight.
And our final guest with us tonight is Ashley Twitchell. She will be competing in the 10K open water race next year at the Tokyo Olympics for Team USA. She's also a multiple world championship medalist in open water, and 2 of those medals are gold. Now, Ashley is also fantastic in the pool, having been a part of numerous USA Swimming national teams in the pool before making her mark in open water. Now, next year at the Tokyo Olympics, she's going to be 32 years old, and so she might be the oldest member next year of the Olympic swimming team, but age will definitely not be setting her back. And Ashley, we welcome you as well to the Golden Road Happy Hour.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff, and hey to everyone. We're all so excited to be here and to have fun for this next hour.
So it's really great to have you all here, and this virtual happy hour is just very important for us because a lot of us were anxious to be able to be on a deck at either the spring nationals or summer nationals, which would have been happening right now, to mingle with everybody and get to know what's going on. But like a lot of people who are attending tonight, all 3 of you have been dealing with the pandemic and in quarantine in many ways. And Ashley, I think you probably are the one that is dealing with it in the most immediate way because you've got the Olympics to train for next year. You've got to stay in shape. So tell us how you've been training during this pandemic to stay in shape for Tokyo.
Yeah, so I mean, this past, spring and summer definitely looked a lot different than expected. I was actually out in Colorado training at the Olympic Training Center when everything, I guess, kind of started to escalate back in early March. And, I was supposed to be out there for 3 weeks, and we ended up having to go home about a week and a half in. The training center shut down. And so once I got back home to North Carolina, our pools were shutting down as well. So, and once the decision was made and announced that the games would be postponed, that definitely did take some pressure off. There wasn't, that feeling of anxiety that we had to train to be, at peak performance in a couple of months. So, but I did really more so physically really more so mentally than physically. I just felt like I needed to exercise. That's huge for me. It always has been. And so I was lucky there's a lake nearby that I was able to get in and be safe and socially distance and all that. But mentally, that was so important for me. So that was a lot of my April and May. I spent some time in the lake, like 5 or 6 days a week. Not much, 45 minutes to an hour, but that helped a lot. And I've been able to be back in the pool since early June. Again, a lot more limited than what I would normally be doing, just once a day, and just short course yards instead of long course meters. But just really grateful to be back in the pool and training, and looking forward to next summer.
And I'm sure, like everybody who has been able to be in the pool, at least probably there's some aspect of training, whether it's in the pool or dry land, that has been new for you. Is there any part of this quarantine training routine that you have that you would like to leave behind once we're back to normal?
Not really. Actually, the one thing that I kind of started and got really into was the Peloton bike. I've had one at home, but when I'm in my normal training for competition, I'm spending so much time in the pool that A, I don't really have time, and B, I don't really feel a need to do any extra cardio from what I'm already doing. And so when I wasn't in the pool, I was supplementing a lot with the Peloton bike, and I've come to like absolutely love it. It's a different outlet, and I love kind of everything about it. So that's been really fun, and I definitely plan on continuing that in a limited capacity for the next year. And then definitely, once I retire from competitive swimming at this level, I definitely plan to continue doing that. So nothing I've found that, I want to leave behind.
Well, Matt Grievers, as you may remember, had a competition with some other pro athletes on the Peloton. You've won the whole thing. I think that might be in your future.
No, he killed it. I definitely don't have the strongest legs, so that's it's something I'm working on. So it's great. I've been able to work on a weakness of mine. I'm definitely not at that level, but I do really enjoy it.
That's good. It's good to have something that you've picked up in this quarantine that you've started to embrace and will continue to do. That's really wonderful. So speaking of quarantine, Mr. Josh Davis, what new hobbies have you been able to pick up in these past few months? Unmute yourself before you say something.
Sorry about that. Let me get off mute. I started a podcast called Ultimate Swimmer Podcast. So I'd love for you guys to check it out. And I just interviewed Elizabeth yesterday. And Ashley, I'd love to interview you too, because Jeff, you need to come on the show. So I've got about 20 different Olympians and friends on the show now. So we're about 21 episodes into it. So that was kind of my big project. And we had 6 kids at home over quarantine. All 6 kids were home. And then my oldest daughter got married. So we put on a wedding. So that was cool. And I had to put on this fancy dance for the daddy-daughter dance. So I had to practice a few days for that. And then, but thankfully I have the keys to the college pool. So I was able to go to my college pool and swim every day. So I was really thankful for that. Otherwise I would have gone nuts. But no, everybody's healthy and well here in Oklahoma, and grateful to be with family.
Yeah, I would imagine it's really helpful for you to be able to have that access. And most of you don't know, Josh, you're a college swim coach now. Tell us how your college team has been able to keep going with their training during this time.
Yeah, well, in the middle of March, everybody was kind of excited to go home for spring break, not knowing what was going to happen. And then by April and May, everybody was like, gosh, we really would like to come back and train. So we were able to fit 12 people happened to come back for the summer. And so we were able to fit 6 on each side because we have 6 lanes. So 1 on each side. We let them train for June and July. And then everybody just moved back last week. Yesterday was our first day of school. So all 60 members of the team are back. Everybody's so happy. They're doing their captain's practices, and they're just so glad to start their schedule and get back to normal. So we're wearing masks like crazy. We got to wear masks everywhere, which is fine. We're just so glad to be back in school and in the pool.
Yeah, you're probably one of few colleges out there that's been able to kind of get back to some normalcy, as it were.
Yeah, no,
really
we're very thankful. We get that.
And so, as I mentioned earlier, Josh is a master swimmer. He's been doing this for quite a while. What got you interested in being a master swimmer, not just for the training part of it, but for competition?
Well, I think what really helped was 2008 was Spring Masters Nationals were in Austin, Texas. And I was still playing around with the idea, do I retire? Do I train? I never retired well because I just like training and racing, even though I was getting old and slower. But I just like being around the swimming community, and I just like training and racing. But I borrowed a super suit from one of the guys in the UT locker room. Remember when they came out in March of 2008? So I put one on, and I broke a bunch of Masters records. And I was like, this is great. I don't even have to train. I can just put on a suit and break Masters records. And of course, it was so cool just to catch up with everybody and to see the spirit of Masters Nationals and to visit, old friends, make new ones, and just celebrate swimming and each other. It's the best. I mean, Special Olympics is very cool, but Masters Nationals is so wonderful of just the good feelings you get. Everybody's a winner at Masters Nationals. So I'm hooked now. I've been to most of the spring ones, but I need to get better at going to the August ones. It's usually when we do family vacation, but I really want to make the long course one as well. So we can't wait to get back to normal next April.
And Ms. Beisel, the question's to you. When are you going to start joining Masters competitions?
So, I mean, Josh has got me all hyped up right now. I'm like ready to get back into the water. But I was actually, during quarantine, my kind of little project that I was doing, I was starting to train for a triathlon, and it got canceled last week. So I kind of saw that coming, but it was at least giving me something to train for and look forward to. But I've been swimming right now 4 days a week, open water. So I'm channeling my inner Ashley Twitchell, and I don't go nearly as far as her. I go 3K max. But I've been really enjoying that and getting into the water in a different sense. And I think, no pools up here in Rhode Island are open right now. So I don't really have a pool opportunity to swim in. So I'm really taking advantage of the ocean, being right here. And it's warm right now. It's like 74 degrees. So you don't even need a wetsuit. It feels so good. So I'm slowly getting back. I'm getting the wheels turning. It's just one of those things where I feel like when I step up on the blocks to race, I need to be ready because that's all I've ever felt, like I've just always been prepared. And right now I am not even close to being able to finish a 400 IM in a decent time. So I'm a little bit of ways away, but I'm definitely getting there for sure.
Well, you don't have to do a 400 IM. There are 50s. You could start small, work your way back up.
I don't know if anybody wants to see a 50 though either.
Yeah, you're not even getting started with a 50.
Yeah, no.
Right. That's really cool. I know you watch a lot of TV, Elizabeth. What new shows have you been binge watching in the past few months?
Okay, so I think I was on the Tiger King train like everybody else. That was absolutely crazy. I was actually thinking
it's only an hour from my house, Elizabeth.
I know.
Oh
I was like, Josh has probably been there. Like, we're seeing this guy, something. And then I have been absolutely loving Schitt's Creek. It's on Netflix. It is hilarious. That's kind of what kept me sane during quarantine. I think I binged all 5 or 6 seasons in a good week or two. So that was my, for sure, favorite show of quarantine.
Well, before quarantine, you were actually on TV yourself with Survivor. Yeah. What was the experience like watching it versus actually experiencing it?
It's crazy because I think with anything, it's filmed very far in advance. And so you forget a lot of things that happened. So rewatching it, it's crazy as well because I don't really know what they're going to show. And that's, I guess, with any reality television show is that they cut and edit it and then they put it out there. But it was crazy. Looking back on it, I don't know how I did it because I was so hungry the whole time. But you kind of forget about it because you only have rice and coconuts. And maybe the little handful of rice is all you get for one day. So I look back and then I had quarantine a couple months later and I have the opposite problem where there's 2 So it was kind of like a culture shock, 2 different ends of the spectrum.
If there were anybody on this happy hour meeting with us that may have a chance to be on Survivor, what one tip would you give them to be able to outplay and outlast everybody?
Yeah, I think a lot of stress is put on watching the seasons previously for a reason, because you can kind of emulate somebody's gameplay that you really liked or related to and bring it into your own game. But I think for me, people were like, did you learn how to make a fire before? did you camp all the time? And I was like, no, I kind of just showed up. And I was like, someone will teach me how to make fire here. So it's kind of one of those things where you just roll with the punches as they come, because you can't really prepare for living outside for up to 39 days.
It was brutal. I can't imagine. I would never do it. I don't care how much money you're going to pay me.
How bad did you want to shower after that show?
I was so dirty. I had like my fingernails were so dirty. It was like down to, you know, that little calcium deposit that you have, that little half moon. I swear I had dirt all the way down to there. I came back and my mom was like, what happened to you?
So amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's in you for a while. You can't get rid of it.
No, literally, you cannot get rid of the dirt.
So this question is for everybody, and obviously one of the things that everybody is unable to do during this pandemic is travel. I just want to know from all three of you, what's the one place you would really like to be right now if you could get on a plane and go anywhere? Any, no matter who wants to say first.
I've gotten to teach a little bit with some social distance clinics with the kids, but it's not quite the same yet. And I miss having a big group of kids and getting to, you know, a normal clinic where I'm teaching and we're close and we're racing and they're training, and I miss that. And so usually Elizabeth and I are kind of traveling, doing a clinic all over the country. And so I'd be anywhere if I could just be with a big group of kids in a pool and teaching and racing like we were before. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long for that.
Right. Ashley?
Yeah,
Elizabeth?
I think for me, kind of depends on it's like, I feel like each month that's gone by, like I've, at least for the past 4 months, like from really April until now, I was supposed to be traveling kind of the entire 4 months. And so each month that's passed, wherever I was supposed to have been is like where I've longed to have been. And so right now, the past few years, I've been in Hawaii every time this time of year. I do the Maui Channel and the Waikiki Rough Water, which I love both of those races. And obviously just a beautiful place. And so right now I'm kind of like longing to be there. I was supposed to go to the Seychelles to do an open water race in May. So fingers crossed that happens this coming year. But kind of like Josh said, I mean, just anywhere and being, you know, surrounded by people, and just, I'd love to be, you know, competing and training and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to echo what Ashley and Josh both said. I think I miss swim meets. I mean, as an athlete, of course, but even just going there and seeing my friends and being able to interact with everybody and hopping in the pool for a warm up, I just miss that camaraderie that you have at a swim meet. And we've obviously had that postponed for right now. But as an extrovert, I kind of thrive in environments like that. So I really miss being in groups of people. So I would probably fly somewhere at a swim meet or where all my friends were. But I think vacation wise, I've been obviously doing a lot of research because I have more time on my hands lately. And I've fallen in love with this dolphin named Jojo. And it lives right outside of Turks and Caicos. And it's a wild dolphin. And basically you go out and swim. So I want to do an open water swim there. Anybody can join me if you want. Jojo apparently swims like next to you. You can Google her. She has an Instagram, a Facebook, but I'm like really wanting to go to Turks and Caicos lately.
What's the Instagram? Jojo the Dolphin?
Jojo the Dolphin, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I love Jojo.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually went to Turks and Caicos in February. It's a beautiful place. And actually talked about JoJo, and we didn't get to do all that. But yeah, Turks and Caicos is absolutely beautiful. Just, oh my gosh, the beaches, stunning. Just absolutely
stunning. Like the water, I've never seen water like that in my life. And I haven't even seen it with my own two eyes yet. So
yeah.
Wow.
It is going to be fun. Yeah, I kind of echo all of that. I think the one thing I would like to see is I missed, obviously not having Olympic trials and the Olympics, but, right after the quarantine happened, the next month was going to be another Tier Pro Swim Series meet. And That was the first meet of kind of consequence that really was like, oh my gosh, this is really going to affect us. And I was like, I just missed that meet. And I just want to see a meet with 100 kids in the pool all crashing into each other in warm up, and the chaos of warm up. I think I just missed that. That's something we really need to have again. Just that organized chaos of a swim meet warm up where everybody's just doing so many different things, and the music blaring and kind of having everybody dancing on deck and everything, that happy atmosphere. I can't wait for that. That is going to be absolutely wonderful. Cannot wait. All right, well, that's going to do it for our panelist Q&A from me. And again, everybody's going to have a chance to be able to ask some questions to our panelists a little bit later. But now it's time to win some prizes. We got a lot of great, cool swag for a lot of our participants tonight. And I'm going to be asking some questions. Those questions are also going to come up in the Zoom chat in case you have audio problems. So be able to listen to me, but also check out your chat. And then the first person to respond with the correct answer in the Zoom chat, you have to type your answer in Zoom chat, we're going to give you a prize. Okay, so here we go with the first question. And the first two have to deal with Mr. Josh Davis. Now, Josh already answered this question, so it's going to be really important to find out if you have paid attention.
Well,
so
I'm not playing. I'm just answering, right?
You're not playing. We're not answering. We're letting all the participants answer. You obviously know the answer.
Okay, right, of course.
All right.
I want to get a prize, though. Go ahead.
Our first prize is a tier swim bag and a lot of gear that's going to be inside it, plus a cool tumbler, and this is really cool, a $25 Phillips 66 gas card. Who doesn't need that? Unless you have an electric car, of course. So if you know the answer to this, be ready. How many kids does Josh Davis have?
Oh, someone was fast.
Oh,
Wow.
That was so fast.
that was
That was
amazing.
quick.
Did you see it? Did you see the first one?
Yeah. They all just came in at about like every
Dang.
millisecond.
We're ready.
You guys were ready, and you were all correct. 6 kids. Can you believe it? I remember when Josh had his first kid. Gosh, that seems like, yeah. His daughter was like, what is it, 23?
Yeah, Caleb's 22, Abby's 21, Luke is 20, and then there's some more. So yeah.
Yeah, many more. That's great. That's great. All right, 6 kids. You guys got it right. I'm not sure. I think maybe Corey Welch looks like he got the first one. So congratulations to Corey on that one. All right,
Swag,
so
Corey.
the next prize is going to be a USMS backpack. I have one of these. It's really cool. I love my USMS backpack. And then a USMS hat, a cap, some goggles, a towel, and a nice little koozie. So it's all going to be USMS branded gear that you can share off to your friends if you're a USMS swimmer. So this next question, how many gold medals does Josh Davis have at the Olympics?
Whoa.
Jeez.
Good. These people are fast.
I
People
know.
are fast. These people are ready. Is that Corey Welch again? Corey has got a great reaction time.
Is he allowed to get both?
So some of you said 3, 2, 4, 6. Josh would love to have 6. He'd love to have 7. The answer is 3. He won 3 gold medals all at the 1996 Olympics, all on relays. Those are all online on YouTube. If you can go back and watch them, they're all cool. I think probably of the 2 finals that Josh was in on those relays in Atlanta, I think the 800 free relay was the coolest one to watch, because that one was just spectacular. Although the 400 free relay was pretty cool too. The battle with Russia.
I owe most of my medals to Gary Hall Jr. for anchoring those relays for us. So thank you, Gary.
All right, so that's going to do it for our 2 questions for Josh. Now we're going to move on to Elizabeth Beisel, and we got 2 great questions for her, some great prizes. So these are not numerical. Actually, this first one's not a numerical answer, so you're going to have to type quickly. We will not count against you for spelling. All right, so the first question is, what is the title of Elizabeth Beisel's new book?
Oh, they're going.
Uh-oh, so Phyllis Quinn didn't get it all the way in.
Amanda looked like she had it.
Chelsea Nana
Chelsea.
looks like the first. Yeah, we'll say that's close. Silver lining.
Hi, Chelsea.
Yeah, you're all getting it.
That's
Silver
the
lining.
Chelsea Nada?
Chelsea
Yeah.
Nada. So
Yeah.
fun
I heard
fact,
you're doing a
Chelsea and
5K
I-
with her tomorrow.
Yeah,
Chelsea,
we're gonna
you're
do our
there.
5K for the virtual championships tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Congratulations. Looks like Chelsea got that one. Yep, for book is Silver Linings. I will say I have gotten my book, Elizabeth. I have gotten the book, and I've gotten through like half of it, and I haven't had the time to finish it, but I'm going to finish it.
It's
Really-
awesome.
I read it.
Take your
I
time.
read it. I read it front to back on a plane trip to Colorado. Actually, the last
Wow.
flight I took.
You
It's
are
so
a
good.
fast
I like
reader,
couldn't put
Twitter.
it down. I couldn't
So
put it
good.
down.
Oh, thanks. It's an easy read.
Yeah,
No,
it
it's
is.
so good.
It is, and I'm probably going to actually read the rest of it this weekend. I got a good block of time for some reading.
There
Yeah,
you
it's a very good book if you guys haven't had a chance. Okay, the second question for Elizabeth, well, not for Elizabeth, but pertaining to Elizabeth, is how old was Elizabeth when she qualified for the Beijing Olympics? Whoa, look at that.
Whoa!
A couple of them got it.
Those looks like got some 15s, 19s. Whoa, 12? Whoa,
I know.
that would have been cool.
I know.
9.
And
I wish.
yep, a bunch of people got this right. The correct answer is 15. She was 15 years old when she qualified for Beijing in the 400 IM and the 200 backstroke. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, looks like that was Jen Wong that got that one. Congratulations to Jen on that one.
Yeah, Jen.
All right, so we got some questions here regarding Ashley Twitchell, and the prize for this one is going to be a tier backpack and gear, and then another tumbler, and then that $25 Phillips 66 gas card. So can't say hands on buzzers, but hands on your keyboards. In which year did Ashley Twitchell earn the Female Open Water Swimmer of the Year from USA Swimming?
2000.
This one is, you got to either be really good or have quick on Google. So we got some pretty close answers. Everybody's in the mid 2000s. Yep. A couple more people to respond. All right. So the correct answer is 2011. So it looks like the first person to get that right was Cecilia Embledge. Congratulations, Cecilia. Or sorry, no, Nancy Spear. Sorry, reading the wrong name. Nancy Spear, you got that right first. Very good.
Yay, Nancy.
Congrats, Nancy.
Man, 9 years
Good
ago.
job, Nancy.
Yeah.
Ashley, you didn't even know that, did you?
No. I probably would have gotten the
Yeah.
answer wrong. That was like the first year I really started open water swimming. That actually
Yeah.
was the first year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You got that first year. All right, another USMS backpack and other swag from USMS is on the line for this next question. And I mentioned that Ashley has won a bunch of open water world championship medals, and I even said in her introduction that 2 of them were gold. But what we want is the actual number of total open water medals, world championship medals that Ashley has won. Woo, they're fast.
I know.
Jeez. Oh,
1 million.
someone said 1
Chelsea
million.
Nana.
Thanks, Chelsea.
100,000.
All right, so gosh, I take my time to scroll back up. So Bob Husson looked like he got it right. The answer is 5. 2 golds, 1 silver, and 2 bronze. Very good. And actually, those 2 golds were in that team event, which is actually kind of cool. If you want to quickly just describe what that's about, Ashley, the 5K team event.
Yeah, so actually the first gold medal I won at World Championships was in 2011 in Shanghai. And it was the team 5K, which was at that time, each country had 3 swimmers for their team, and you all 3 of you swam together, and you could do it kind of in any way you wanted. We chose to do it like all drafting right, one in front of each other, and so we were each on each other's feet, I guess. And it was Andrew Gemmell, Sean Ryan, and myself. I was kind of like the anchor of the three of us. And each country went off a minute apart. So you didn't know until everyone had finished what each time was, it was really fun. It was really different. You would like, if you passed a country or if a country passed you, you didn't know like what place they had left in. So that was really cool. And since then, the format has actually changed. So now, and that it was a 5K then, it's still a 5K, but now instead of 3 swimmers, it's 4. So it's 2 males, 2 females. Each athlete does 1,250 meters, and you can pick any order you want. So that's also really fun because you have like some males swimming with females, depending on which order your country goes in. And we won the bronze this past summer at World Championships and so that was really fun. Also, both relays they're really different, and they're really different from pool relay. So it's fun to be able to do a relay in open water. It's a little bit longer than a pool relay, but it's fun.
Yeah, that's really cool. I did watch that last year in the format. I really love that kind of relay thing, because it really does kind of play in a lot of strategy. It was so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
All right, so we got one more question regarding Ashley, and actually Ashley is going to be asking this one. So take it away.
Yeah, so this question, the format's going to be a little different. There is the prize for it. It's a giveaway, a tier, the USA flag, new Venzo. And if you go to my Instagram, which the handle is ATWall616, and all the instructions are kind of detailed in there. You have to follow Master Swimming Golden Road Brewery, tag a few people in the comments, and then you have to direct message on Instagram tier the answer to the trivia question. So don't answer it in here. And the question is, how long have I been officially a part of Team Tier?
All right. So again, you got to answer on Instagram. We're not going to you may answer here, but we're not going to accept them. So thank you,
That
Ashley.
flag suit is awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Love that flag suit.
Yeah,
I really like it. Yeah, I can't wait to see people debut that. That's going to be
we actually were able to have like a very little like intra-squad meet at our pool, the club team I train at, just a couple weeks ago. And so I was able to, I thought I would be wearing it in Tokyo, and I was wearing it at a little intra-squad meet, but it was fun to wear it. It's a really cool suit, and that like all the high school kids and everyone loved it. So
that's really cool. Yeah. All right, so we have 3 more prizes to give away, and these are going to be specific to our wonderful sponsor here, Golden Road Brewing. And these are all going to be Golden Road hats. So if you are a hat person, you definitely want to be ready to be answering this. So take a look at that. Ooh, I like that hat. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Nice.
Really nice. So
Same color as your shirt, Beisel. You got a blue Beisel shirt will match with that.
Oh, that's right.
All right, first question, and hands on keyboards. In what city and state, yeah, I guess you don't need the state, was Golden Road Brewing started? Good grief, Clark de Beauvois, is that right? Great answer. A lot of people got it right. It is Los Angeles, California, so congratulations to Clark, you got it right. Some people just said California, Phoenix, Denver, Massachusetts, all over the place. But yes, Los Angeles is the correct answer. So congratulations to Clark. Yes, woo! It's a Golden Road hat. All right, next question. I don't know how many people will know this. This might be a shot in the dark, and we'll see who gets it first. And what year was Golden Road Brewing started? Years are popping in. Do we have a correct answer? Yes, we do. From Zachary Green, 2011. Congratulations,
Hey,
Zachary.
Zachary.
Nice.
Nice job. I wouldn't have known it. I would have just been typing in years until maybe I would have been the first to get it right.
2010, 2011, 2012.
Just keep going. Like that game on The Price is Right, where you're trying to guess the prices. You just keep going with numbers like 678, 679, 680, 680.
Yes.
All right, last question. What is Golden Road's best-selling beer? Whoa, Clark knows his Golden Road Brewing. Zachary Green knows his Golden Road. I think a lot of people have been big Golden Road Brewing fans. So the answer, Clark, again, you got it right. Mango Cart is right. Zachary Green got it right. Pale Ale, Pineapple Cart. I'm not a big pineapple fan, but that might taste pretty good. That would be pretty good. So congratulations, Clark got another hat. May or may not have one. He's having a Mango Cart beer right now.
Yeah.
I gotcha. All right. Congratulations, everybody. Those were great responses. We got a lot of great participation on the trivia questions. Now it's your turn to be a part of it and ask some questions to our panelists. So if you click on the Q&A tab down at the bottom, you will be able to ask some questions, and we already have some in there. And our panelists, if you click the same thing, you'll see it. So we have 4 questions, and we'll start with Corey Welch. Speaking of open water, what and where is everyone's favorite open water swim? And we'll start with Miss Open Water herself, Ashley Twitchell.
That is such a hard question for me. I feel like every place I go to is so different and has its own unique qualities. But I have been to South Africa every February for the past like 9 years. I think I've missed 1 or 2 years, but that is definitely, if not, the top one, it's definitely in the top 3. Just kind of everything about it, the country, the people, the atmosphere, the swim itself is amazing. It's called the Midmar Mile. It's a mile, so much is nice. I love 1 mile open water swims, and it's been amazing. I feel like I kind of have like a second family there, which is so cool, across the world. And so that would probably be, at least one of them, but definitely a hard question to answer.
Beisel, you've done a few open water swims in your day. Which is the best place to do one?
I am maybe a little biased, but I love swimming in New England. Lately, the water has been incredible. It's almost as clear as Florida. You can see probably 20 feet down. And that's super unlike normal here. So I've really been loving open water swimming just lately in Rhode Island. But my first ever open water race was the Fran Crippen Elevation Foundation Mile. Twitch, I think you were there. And it was in Fort Myers, Florida. And that swim just has a special place in my heart for many reasons, but I kind of am partial to that one more than Rhode Island because it's Florida, it's warm, it's beautiful. And I mean, Fort Myers is just gorgeous. If you guys have been there or haven't been there, I suggest going because it really is great.
All right, Josh.
I got to do the Cayman Islands one time, June, and just fell in love with it because you can see all the pretty stuff on the bottom and the fishes and the coral, and it was lovely. That was the only one I've done, so I enjoyed that one very much. I hope to do more, but I like where you can kind of see stuff on the bottom. I think that's really fun.
You picked a good one to do.
Yeah.
A good one.
They're very hospitable there. It was really welcoming, really cool.
Yeah.
I haven't done any open water races myself, but I remember going on vacation to the Virgin Islands once, and we were on a beach, and there was a little, it was an island it seemed 400, 500 meters away. And I was like, oh, this will be a great little workout. Go swim in the ocean to this island, and we'll get to go over, explore it. And it was not 500 meters away. It took us like 45 minutes to get there. I was like, when are we going to get there? And I'm not a long distance swimmer. So every minute that went by after about 10 minutes, I was like, let's turn around. You get to have no return. You're like, okay, we'll just do it and we'll just get there. And you get there and it was beautiful. There were actually some nice little turtles on the island. It was really kind of nice. And then of course you're like, I got to go back. But I remember that one because it was actually, it's on one of the Virgin Islands that's really close to where the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic kind of intersect. And so you've got the current from the Atlantic Ocean coming in that's kind of pushing you And so, you know, you see yourself not swimming in a straight line. So it was a big education for me on open water swimming is don't always swim in a straight line. But I really loved that one. It was actually a very beautiful island that, you know, nobody was on it. And we got to kind of hang out with little turtles. And I think there were some other birds that were flying there. They had their nests there. It was like tropical birds I'd never seen before. They were really beautiful.
What was your survivor moment, like Beisel?
Yeah.
All right, so the next question, Scott Usher, another Olympian, is here. Hi, Scott. And he asks, if you were all in a mixed relay together, that's nice, 2 males, 2 females, who would swim what stroke? So I'm assuming he's asking for a mixed medley relay.
Beisel lead off backstroke.
Oh.
Jeff, you got to do breaststroke. I'll do fly. Ashley, you anchor.
Phew, got freestyle, yeah. Like you don't want me doing anything
together
else.
a pretty good relay.
I'd put that relay up against anybody. That'd be good.
It would be pretty
Solid.
good.
All right, next Masters Championships that happens.
We're going.
Let it be heard.
Yes,
We're doing it.
We're putting that down. 200 medley, mixed medley relay. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Thank you, Josh, for taking that butterfly. But you're like, thank you for having breaststroke, because you're like, I don't even want to do a 50.
Yeah, Jeff, we're very thankful for you here. And
Yes. Yeah,
otherwise, it'd be like, I guess I'll do breaststroke. I'd be like, All right. So Edward Marsh has a couple of English Channel questions. Ashley, maybe you can answer as an open water swimmer. Has the English Channel swim lost any popularity?
I don't think so. I think it's actually really, really popular. I think it's pretty hard to, like, you have to reserve your slot or however it works pretty far out. I think a lot of people, I think it's, definitely popular. I definitely really respect and admire people who do the English Channel swim. It's a whole different beast than what I do, for sure. I'm not the best in really cold water, so I don't know that is ever really on my bucket list, but I think it's really popular, and I think it's definitely an amazing feat for sure.
Yeah.
Ashley, can you fill us in how much it costs to enter and how long it takes and what the temperature's like? Do you know some of those details for folks that do that?
Don't know cost. I think it is pretty costly, just because you have to have like your boat crew and everything. And I think you have to like wait. You have like a window, and I think you have to wait until like kind of the tides and currents are right until you go out. Temperature wise, I don't really know, but I know it's cold. And I think the world record is either 5 or 6 hours, but that's like really fast for the swim. So it's a long swim. I'm not even sure the distance, but it's long.
Yeah,
I don't know all the details. I'm not an expert.
I've read a really cool book called Swimming to Antarctica by Lynn Cox.
That's
I
an awesome
recommend
book.
it, and anybody and everybody, especially if you love swimming, but she's done the English Channel, and she kind of breaks it down more so than at least I could, or any of us here.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So this is a question I'd actually be curious to hear the answers to from our friend Clark DeBovoy. Clark, I'm going to butcher your name. I've already done it so many times. What is your favorite or least favorite training tool? Let's start with Josh.
I gave up the pool buoy years and years ago. I don't like the pool buoy. I want to work my kick as much as possible. Ashley, you probably don't like hearing that. I want to have a 6-speed kick all the time. I need my kick. My legs aren't that strong, so I got to work my kick all the time. So I tell my swimmers, like, you can do the pull sets without a pool buoy. It won't bother me. I want you kicking all the time. So if you want to kick during pull sets, that's fine with me, because that's what I do.
Beisel.
Yeah, I'll go. So my favorite training tool is kickboard. I'm kind of like Josh. I'm a kicker. I love to kick. And my least favorite is we would use anti-paddles at Florida. I'm not sure if anybody has used them, but they are miserable. It's like a thick block. And there's one little rubber thing that you put your middle finger around, and it basically takes away your feel for the water. And for somebody who I swim a little bit more choppy than most people. And so for me, I'm already at a high stroke rate. I feel like I'm just playing like 100 yards.
I would drown.
It's so hard. I hated when we had to use those. So yeah, like Josh retired the pull buoy, I retired those anti-paddles years ago.
And Ashley, how about you?
My favorite is definitely a snorkel. I love just like putting on, especially long course, like I love just like putting on a snorkel and you don't have to like think about turning your head to the side. You just like go. So that's definitely my favorite. My least favorite would, unpopular opinion, be fins. I don't really kick when I swim. And so fins honestly just like weigh my legs down. But yeah, snorkel is definitely my favorite. I put that thing on any chance I get, I put that thing on.
Yeah, I'm with you on the fins. For some reason, when I put on fins, it doesn't make me go much faster. I have breaststroke ankle, so you know it just doesn't help me. And Josh knows the story of the aqua breaks. My feet were so inflexible at Texas that my ankles got a nickname called the aqua break. So I would dive in and people would like think that I would like screech to a halt because my ankles were terrible.
But you're still the fastest backstroker in the universe with a breaststroke kick on your backstroke.
Just a little one. It's not a big one like
I know. It's just a little one, but it's so fast. Your little breaststroke kicks on your backstroke's amazing.
Yeah. I don't know how I can even do as well as I have with it. It's amazing. But yeah, fins, no. Never really like them. I tolerate them, but I love my snorkel.
I do too.
I love the snorkel.
I think it's harder with fins.
Yeah,
I put on fins and I finish, I'm like, because I'm like, I kind of try to use my leg, and so all the blood just like rushes to them. Like, oof.
Yeah.
And you're expected to go so much faster, and I don't. So
yeah.
I like them.
So it looks like we got a lot of open water questions. Tricia from Melbourne actually has a question. Maybe this is for Ashley. Do you have any first-timer advice for breaking into and transitioning into ocean open water swimming?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is just like giving it a chance. I like grew up swimming in the open water, particularly in the ocean when we would vacation in Cape Cod in Florida, which I loved. My first competitive open water race, I had no idea what to expect, and it's so different from the pool. And I just physically, I wasn't necessarily prepared, but mentally I wasn't prepared. And so my first race went really, really poorly. And so I think just giving it a chance and just like learning from everyone around you as much as you can, people who are a little bit more experienced. I feel I've been doing it for a while and competitively, and I feel like I'm still learning every single time I go out into open water, whether it's a practice or a race. You're definitely still learning. One thing I would definitely advise on is to make sure you sight. You don't want to be swimming for 5 minutes and not looking where you're going and look up and you've gone completely in the wrong direction, which has definitely happened. Drafting is really, really important. And then I think obviously it kind of goes without saying, but the safety aspect of it is so important too. So for me, that's never going out alone. If I can, having, a kayaker or someone on a stand-up paddleboard with me, having a buoy, stuff like that, just making sure you're being safe. So it's a lot different than the pool. So.
Cool. Thank you for that. All right. So we have time for one more question, and this is for all three of you. I'm really curious to hear about this one. It's from Clark. If you could only do one workout for the rest of your life, what does it look like?
I already do it. I've been doing my 30-50s on the minute for 5 years now, and I'm really happy with that. So I'll probably keep doing that as long as I can. I actually like the 110 better now that I'm almost 50. 110 is my favorite interval.
Are they like all seconds. The same? Do you do them all the same, or what do you do?
Well, to be honest, I'm training for the 200 backstroke because Jeff beat my butt last year. So I do 50 free, 50 back, 50 free, 50 back. Or I'll go 15 free, 15 back, or 30 free or 30 back. I just try and mix it up a little bit. And I'm so happy, and it only takes me 40 minutes, and I just love it.
And they're all pretty strong too, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're all really fast. As fast, they're all best average. And then I'm done.
It's nice. Really cool because I get to do a lot of clinics with Josh, and he'll typically get to the pool 40 minutes early, And he'll come in and get his 40 50s done or 30 50s done. And then he'll coach a 3-hour clinic. And you would think those 50s would make him tired, but it almost gives him energy. And he's just so energetic. But I've been lucky enough to see him do them. I've done them a couple of times, but I mean, Josh is still pushing. What do you do? Like 24, 23, 24?
I can go some 20, on a good day, I can go 24 still. It's usually, I average 25 fives. 25 fives for free and 28 fives for backstroke is the goal.
It's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Oh boy. Josh is already
That's
committed
impressive.
to a 200 backstroke rematch. I don't think I can do 28.5 for more than like maybe 4 50s.
I'm thinking about doing that right now. I don't know if I could.
No, I don't think I could. Beisel, one workout for your life.
You know, and while I was training for my triathlon over the past couple months, I did enjoy mixing it up with running and biking, but I just really appreciated swimming. It's what I know. It's something that I can do for my entire life because I've had a torn meniscus. So when I run, sometimes it's not great. It doesn't feel good after, but I know that I'm going to have swimming for the rest of my life. And so I honestly would pick swimming. You can do it in open water. You can travel, you can see beautiful places. Swimming brings you so many places in the world. So I think it would be swimming.
Yeah, good. I like it. Just get in the water and just move.
Exactly. And you feel so good after. I finish a run. I don't feel great. I'm tired. I'm like really hurting, but I finish a swim and I feel amazing. So swimming it is.
Yeah. How about you, Ashley?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely just piggyback off that. And I think if I wasn't like already sure of that before everything kind of happened with COVID, I think, like I said, you know, in April and May when I wasn't in a pool and I didn't really have anything to train for, and honestly, you know, was dealing with the disappointment of the Olympics being postponed. Just being able to go out and get into the lake, and it wasn't to stay in really good shape. It wasn't to do hard workouts. It was just to be in the water. And so, like I said earlier, obviously for the physical benefits, but even more so for the mental benefits. And it's so peaceful, whether it's in the pool or open water. There's something so peaceful and so serene about it. And so yeah, those 2 months really reinforced that for me. And I can't see myself ever, you know, stopping swimming. Definitely not at the level that I am not now, and not 4 hours a day, but just being in the water for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know there are a lot of people that are participating in this happy hour with us that aren't able to swim. So I hope you're finding some way of staying active, because we all need to stay active. So when you get back in the pool, it's not as difficult. Although when we get older, it's not as easy as it used to be. But it's going to be okay when we all get back. I can't wait for the next Masters Nationals. It's going to be a big celebration because we're all going to be 1,000 strong, 1,500 strong, whatever, just celebrating the fact that we're all can get together and do this sport that we all love. And it's going to be great. And then we're going to be having a big celebration. I really strongly hope next July when we see Ashley in open water and maybe even in a distance pool at Tokyo Olympics. So best of luck to you, Ashley, as you continue to train.
Thank you.
It's going to be so great to see you in Tokyo.
Thank you.
But first, you're going to be going to Olympic trials first to see if you can add some events to that as well.
Yep. Yeah.
We'll be cheering you, Ashley.
Thank you. One more year.
One more.
All right. I really want to thank not just Ashley, Josh, and Elizabeth for joining us, but everybody who's been a part of this happy hour. It has been so great to see all three of you, just because I would have seen you in some capacity in the past few months. So to catch up with all of you has been really great. Thank you for taking the time to join us. And I know that all the people who participated and joined us tonight are very thankful. So on behalf of them, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We hope you have fun and good luck with the virtual national championships with the next 7 days. And we'll see you on the deck soon.
Good luck, everybody.
Can't wait for our relay.
Yeah, thanks, Elizabeth.
Oh, we're doing it.